Hello again. Welcome to the first JMC review of 2025.
Yeah, another year older and deeper in debt.
As has become normal for the past 10 years, we're going to wait and see just how this year goes, and hopefully we survive. And hopefully with about 100 other much more talented YouTubers, I'm able to give you a little entertainment distraction.
Oh, shut up.
Before I jump into the first movie of the year, I just gotta say, this is quite a surreal video for me to do because this big review marks the 10th anniversary of when I first started doing videos on YouTube. I started posting in April of 2015, just shooting the shit, no clips. My show was at the time called The Bisexual Movie Buff. An accurate description of me, but made the content of this channel sound like it was something completely different, which led to me changing the name to JMC Reviews after my initials, so the range of videos would not seem so limiting. It's been a blast talking about all different types of movies, TV shows, and as of recently, books, and do I have much to show after 10 years on YouTube? It's debatable, but I still have fun doing this. I love talking on camera, trying all sorts of new things, and I've gone places that I never would have expected. I started a reaction channel. I've had the awesome experience of being noticed by one of my favorite YouTubers, Brad Jones, aka the Cinema Snob, and through various reasons, I ended up becoming the copy editor, proofreader on his most recent novel, Bat Pussy.
You sure you want to go with that title? Yes.
I did a whole review of that book where I go into more detail about how I became the proofreader, so if you want to check that out, click the link in the comment down below.
Alright, I'd do it.
If you've been watching me since the beginning or just took an interest in me in the last few years, thank you for watching. I appreciate the views and comments, and without further ado, let's jump into the first movie of the year. As is yearly tradition, we jump into the filmography of the original morally gray anti-hero action icon, Charles Bronson. After covering his humble beginnings in the 1950s, his star power breakthrough in the 70s, his most successful streak in the 80s, today we're going to be talking about an era of his that's not as well talked about, but still worth diving into, the 1990s, where his star power had sadly started to fade, and like most action icons, he had to find work not in the cinema, but on the smaller screen. Kind of like how Steven Seagal was relegated to straight-to-video movies, Charles Bronson found himself working almost entirely in TV movies in the 90s. Although from what I can see, the quality of his television work was miles above the movies Seagal has been making for the past 20 fucking years. Today we look at the 1993 CBS TV movie Donato and Daughter, starring Charles Bronson and Dana Delany.
I believe we're dealing with a psychopath. The killer enjoys himself.
No matter what we say or do, he's gonna kill again. You believe he's a psychopath?
Directed by veteran TV director Rod Holcomb and going off a script by Robert Roy Poole, writer of the 90s blockbusters Outbreak and Armageddon, Donato and Daughter is the rapid-paced tale of an LA task force working round the clock to catch a serial killer targeting nuns, who he rapes before killing and then takes one of their fingers as a souvenir.
Holy fuck.
Leading the task force is Lieutenant Dina Donato, played by Dana Delany, who against her wishes is forced to bring on her father, veteran detective Mike Donato, played by Charles Bronson. The two have a strained relationship following her brother, his son, getting killed due to drugs years before. Working together gives them the chance to repair the relationship, but many hardships come along the way, from losing another family member due to a bus gone wrong, and Lieutenant Donato becoming the killer's next target.
Oh, I bet you'd look cute in the nun's habit, Dina.
What do you want? I'm busy.
First, let me start by complimenting you on your outfit. Such understated elegance for a detective.
So you're a peeper, so what?
Oh, I do more than look. I do a lot more.
At the end of the day, it's a straightforward cop thriller that you'd expect to come out of the 1990s, and television-wise, it's not that far off from, say, the original Law & Order. And while it doesn't push boundaries as something like NYPD Blue did, the disturbing content is actually kind of shocking. Like, you are surprised they went as far as they did in this. And with the themes of a serial killer and a father-daughter bond, it almost feels like a toned-down spiritual successor to Charles Bronson's 1983 film, 10 to Midnight. There's a lot to really admire in this movie. The film just jumps right into it, doesn't waste time establishing too much, and whatever development we get naturally progresses along the way. Even though it's at heart a crime thriller, there are genuinely terrifying scenes here, owed to a lot of good lighting.
Has below average intelligence. You believe he's a psychopath.
The music is amazing, done by Sylvester LeVay, composer of such 80s and 90s classics as Cobra, Mannequin, and Hot Shots.
Yeehaw! All right, Buzz, that's enough of that.
Dana Delany is great as Lieutenant Dina Donato, playing a strong female character who still has a fair amount of vulnerability and is not a one-note role. Charles Bronson naturally still kicks ass in his old age, but is actually given a few more dramatic scenes than we're used to seeing him in. He also does well, and the thing that really makes this work is the chemistry between the two of them. They really feel like a father and daughter who, while it's strained, still have a lot of love and respect for each other. Their performances really give the film a lot of heart. There are little theme moments of sexism in the 90s, being a woman in the police force at that time, but it isn't heavy-handed, doesn't beat you over the head, and it feels natural and woven in pretty well. The actor who does a surprising standout job is Xander Berkeley as Ross Laring, the film's serial killer.
There's a nun found murdered in our building.
Oh my God.
Say, do you mind we bring some people in here to examine the apartment?
I do think it'd be more appropriate if you got a hold of a search warrant first. That way we keep everything nice and tidy.
You seem to know a lot about police procedure.
Guess it's all that reality programming on the tube.
Unlike a lot of movies, they don't keep the serial killer's identity a mystery. They show him pretty early, but they cut back and forth in a way that feels well edited and gives him a lot of good, chilling moments. Berkeley's killer is depraved, easily enraged, full of himself, and just smart enough to elude the cops to the point that he'll give you a healthy dose of frustration. We're used to seeing him play bastards in movies like Candyman and Air Force One, so it's no surprise he can play a creep so well. Standout scenes include Bronson and Delany checking their apartment for an intruder, Bronson telling her the truth about her brother's death.
Your brother OD'd. When I found him, he was still in his uniform with a needle stuck up his arm. And then I tracked down his dealer.
The botched arrest of what turns out to be the wrong suspect, the killer confronting Delany at his workplace, and Bronson interviewing the killer's disgusting, enabling mother, played by Kim Weeks.
Dorothy was a Catholic, wasn't she?
She decided to leave town. She was going to become a nun. Isn't that a laugh? Kind of like the garbage man pretending he didn't stink.
How do you sleep at night?
Like an angel, Sergeant. Just like an angel.
And the finale is a wonderfully suspenseful nail-biter.
Whoa. Don't you do anything stupid.
Go to hell.
You come any closer, and we're over the edge. You know I'll do it.
Blow him away, Donato.
And as always, just to show I'm not a half-a-fag simp that will suck the dick of every movie starring an actor I love, I'm going to list my cons just for the sake of fairness, even though I think this is a pretty decent TV movie. While the main players do great jobs, the work of the supporting cast is up for debate. Lieutenant Donato has a son named Cal, played by Malachi Pearson, who sadly is the worst actor in the film.
I'm not a baby anymore. Don't you think I know you could get killed like Uncle Tommy?
I didn't know you worried about that.
Sure I worry. Who's gonna worry if I don't?
I'm not gonna bash him too hard because he was a child actor, but god damn, his voice is fucking annoying.
What do you think, Grandpa?
Hey, that's perfect.
All right.
I worry about you all the time.
You do that anyway, Mom. I want to be like you and Grandpa. Hey, maybe the three of us could even work together.
Every scene with him is very grating. Luckily, his acting would improve by the time he played the title role in 1995's Casper.
Warning! Please don't scream. I promise I won't hurt you. I'm a ghost, but I'm a friendly ghost. What are you made of? You know that tingling feeling when your foot falls asleep? I think I'm made of that.
While Dana Delany is great, and I can't sing her praises enough, she is given a few too many crying scenes. And if you know me, you know I have a very low tolerance for fucking tears. And sadly, most of the supporting characters are pretty underdeveloped, and there are a lot of great familiar TV faces here. Robert Gossett of The Closer, Mark Alamo of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. We also have a subplot involving Mike Donato's wife, played by Bonnie Bartlett of St. Elsewhere, that never gets any resolution. However, after doing a little trivia digging, I found that there is kind of a possible reason why some of these aspects are either underdeveloped or not resolved. This movie was originally a TV pilot for a possible show, and I could totally see this storyline continuing as a weekly thing, and a TV show with Charles Bronson honestly sounds fucking awesome. Wouldn't be his first TV outing. Unfortunately, the pilot wasn't picked up, so all we have is this movie, which, while good, feels a little incomplete in some areas. Also, the way it ends is a little abrupt. I mean, they do resolve the main plot, but it is a little bit of whiplash how quickly we cut to joking and lightheartedness after such a tense and brutal final confrontation.
It's nothing, I'm fine.
Ah, fuck it, dude. Let's go bowling.
Do I recommend Donato and Daughter? Yes. It is a solid detective story mixed with some pretty shocking brutality, and Charles Bronson plays a slightly more traditional hero than what we're used to. Dana Delany is definitely the shared lead. She doesn't become a supporting character in this film. The two of them are magnificent together. I thank you for watching. I hope to be more organized this year than I was last year. A lot of things kind of got in the way. Just 2024 in general was a monster of a year. I had various projects I was trying to get behind, and also had to proofread a book, but hey, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything. And once again, thank you for watching. I've had a lot of fun doing this, and while I may not be huge, the enjoyment, the passion is what keeps me going, and I hope to once again keep expanding what I do, trying some new things, and seeing whoever I can sucker into working with me. So, thank you, and I will see you again, hopefully soon.
way did she go? She walked back to her home.